Welcome back, daytime drama aficionados, to another thrilling dive into the glamorous, cutthroat world of Los Angeles fashion and the shocking real-life secrets that fuel our favorite on-screen empires. Today is a spectacular day to uncover the hidden truths behind the ultimate powerhouse. The man who embodies absolute power, unyielding confidence, and lethal corporate dominance, as Dollar Bill Spencer on The Bold and the Beautiful was actually fired not once, but twice before claiming his golden throne. Don Diamont, the undisputed titan of daytime television, recently sat down with Rebecca Budig and Greg Rickhard on the acclaimed Soapy podcast, dropping a series of behind-the-scenes bombshells that left the fandom absolutely reeling. Diamont has spent 4 incredible decades dominating television screens, but the perilous journey to becoming the patriarch of the Spencer media empire was anything but an easy ride. Before he was crushing rival fashion houses and manipulating the elite of Los Angeles, Don was fighting for his professional life in the unforgiving trenches of network soap operas. The revelation that the actor behind the invincible Bill Spencer was unceremoniously fired from both days of our lives, and the young and the restless sent shockwaves through the soap opera community. Diamont candidly revealed that these devastating terminations were undeniably some of the most difficult, heart-wrenching moments of his entire career to date. The sheer irony is staggering. The man who currently plays a character known for ruthlessly firing executives, destroying corporate rivals, and taking no prisoners was once the vulnerable prey of merciless network executives. However, in the high-stakes game of Hollywood survival, tragedy often breeds triumph. Diamont finally landed the iconic role of Bill Spencer, and the journey to that pivotal moment is a masterclass in resilience, grit, and ultimate redemption. On a spectacularly positive note, it was the agonizing pain of these very firings that directly paved the golden path to his legendary role on The Bold and the Beautiful. The story begins with a brutal wake-up call on his very first day on the set of Days of Our Lives. Don vividly remembers the suffocating anxiety that gripped him as he stepped onto the legendary sound stages. He was cast as Carlo Forenza, a character poised to make a splash, but the introduction was designed to be a trial by fire. His character was being introduced during a massive, elaborate party scene. This meant that every single heavy-hitting star of the show, the seasoned veterans who ruled the daytime landscape, were all present on set, watching the newcomer. Diamont confessed that the pressure was entirely unnerving for a young, inexperienced actor trying to prove his worth in a notoriously cutthroat industry. The sheer magnitude of the moment threatened to swallow him whole. The nightmare scenario unfolded with devastating speed. Diamont recalls that his performance, clouded by crippling nerves, instantly caught the sharp, unforgiving attention of executive producer Al Rabin. What happened next is the kind of industry horror story that haunts actors for the rest of their lives. Diamont remembers the exact moment the production ground to a sickening halt. He was in the middle of delivering his lines, trying to find his footing when the tape was abruptly stopped. Al Rabin emerged from the control booth, marched directly onto the crowded set, and called the young actor out in front of the entire cast and crew. The public humiliation was absolute and paralyzing. In a moment that would forever alter the trajectory of Don Diamond's professional life, the executive producer delivered a scathing, unforgettable critique. Standing before the silent, watching veterans of the show, Rabin barked, "I could take an actor who's nervous, but I can't take an actor without energy. Now get it together." The words echoed through the studio like a gunshot. It was a brutal, uncompromising demand for excellence, a public execution of his confidence that left the young actor reeling. Don admits that they did not get off to a good start following that catastrophic introduction. The working relationship was irreparably fractured from that moment onward, and the inevitable axe fell a few short months later. He was fired, cast out of Salem, and left to wonder if his daytime television career was over before it ever truly began. However, fate has a fascinating way of turning devastating defeats into spectacular victories. Looking back at the sprawling landscape of his illustrious career, that agonizing firing may have been the absolute best thing that could have ever happened to him. While Diamont was nursing his wounds and plotting his next move, a legendary figure in the soap opera universe was quietly watching from the shadows. The late, great William J. Bell, the visionary creator behind the most successful daytime dramas in history, had seen Don's brief, turbulent stint on Days of Our Lives. Unbeknownst to the struggling actor, Bell saw a raw, undeniable magnetism that Al Rabin had entirely missed. The next thing Don knew, the legendary Bill Bell came calling his name. Bell reached out to Diamont's agent, demanding that the young actor come in and test for a brand new role on his flagship series. Diamont walked into that audition room, channeled the energy that had been so brutally demanded of him, and delivered a performance that secured his future. The rest, as they say, is daytime television history. Don Diamont was cast as Brad Carlton on The Young and the Restless, stepping into a role that would define an entire era of the genre. He transformed from a nervous rookie into a bona fide superstar, becoming a fiercely loved, central member of the Y&R cast. For 24 incredible years, Don Diamont breathed life into Brad Carlton, navigating corporate takeovers, explosive family secrets, and some of the most memorable romances in television history. He became an institution, a pillar of the Genoa City canvas. A massive legion of devoted fans fondly remembers the deeply emotional, sweeping romance between Brad Carlton and the beloved Tracy Abbott, played by the phenomenal Beth Maitland. Their on-screen chemistry was electric, a foundational pillar of the show's massive success. Diamont had seemingly conquered the daytime world, establishing a legacy that most actors can only dream of achieving. He was safe, secure, and universally adored. But in the unpredictable, volatile world of soap operas, safety is merely an illusion. The ultimate betrayal arrived with breathtaking cruelty. On the day before Thanksgiving, a time traditionally reserved for gratitude and family, the network executives dropped a nuclear bomb on Diamond's life. After dedicating 24 years of his blood, sweat, and tears to building the legacy of The Young and the Restless, Don was unceremoniously fired once again. The timing was nothing short of barbaric. To be handed a termination notice on the eve of a major holiday, after over 2 decades of unwavering loyalty, was a staggering blow that would have destroyed a lesser man. The fandom was outraged, the cast was devastated, and Diamont was forced to face an incredibly uncertain future. Yet, the Hollywood gods were already orchestrating a miraculous resurrection. While the executives at Y&R were planning his demise, the brilliant mind of executive producer Brad Bell at The Bold and the Beautiful was already spinning a master plan. The highly connected soap opera network was buzzing with whispers, and the moment Don stopped by Brad Bell's office after receiving the devastating news, the ultimate twist was revealed. Brad Bell was already on the phone, actively plotting with his team to figure out a way to convince Don to quit Y&R and jump ship to B&B. Bell had absolutely no idea that Don had just been ruthlessly let go moments prior. The serendipity of the moment was nothing short of cinematic. When Brad Bell received the stunning confirmation that the iconic character of Brad Carlton was actually being killed off, he did not hesitate for a single second. Recognizing the unparalleled talent and commanding presence standing in his office, Bell immediately set to work creating a brand new, tailor-made character specifically for Don Diamont. He envisioned a man of limitless wealth, dangerous charm, and ruthless ambition. In that fateful meeting, the legendary character of Bill Spencer Jr. was born. The firing from Genoa City was not an ending. It was the explosive catalyst for the greatest chapter of Diamond's career. This devastating termination turned out to be a massive, life-changing blessing in disguise. The creation of Dollar Bill Spencer sent shockwaves through the CBS Television City studios, particularly catching the attention of one highly influential leading lady. Heather Tom, the powerhouse actress who portrays the brilliant and resilient Katie Logan, already had her heart firmly set on being paired with Dawn's highly anticipated new character. The behind-the-scenes maneuvering was as dramatic as any on-screen storyline. The legendary story, which Heather Tom absolutely loves to recount, perfectly captures the intense excitement surrounding Diamant's arrival. When Heather first heard the top-secret rumor that Dawn was officially coming to the bold and the beautiful, she was trapped in a situation where she could not speak aloud. Desperate to secure her on-screen future and knowing the explosive chemistry they could create, Heather Tom took immediate covert action. Hiding under a table to avoid detection, she frantically typed out a direct, uncompromising text message to executive producer Brad Bell. The message was simple, bold, and incredibly effective. "I want Don Diamont." That secret, under-the-table text message altered the course of B&B history forever. Brad Bell listened. The pairing was solidified, and the legendary super couple known as Beatty was unleashed upon the world. The dynamic between Bill Spencer's ruthless edge and Katie Logan's moral compass became the beating heart of the show for years to come. Looking back on this incredible, tumultuous journey, Don Diamont remains deeply, profoundly grateful for the women who helped shape his legendary career. He openly credits both Heather Tom and Beth Maitland as meaning a massive amount in his life, both personally and professionally. Don acknowledges that he certainly had two great, defining loves in his sprawling television career, and these two extraordinary actresses were undeniably it. The profound connection he shared with Tracy Abbott in Genoa City and Katie Logan in Los Angeles cemented his status as a premier leading man. It is truly an impossible task for millions of fiercely loyal fans to choose between the heroic charm of Brad Carlton and the dangerous, intoxicating power of Dollar Bill Spencer as their absolute favorite incarnation of the actor. Today, as Bill Spencer continues to wage corporate warfare, backing Katie's house of Logan and plotting the ultimate destruction of Forrester Creations, the real-life resilience of Don Diamont bleeds into every single scene. The man who survived public humiliation, ruthless network firings, and the brutal politics of Hollywood now stands untouchable. He took every single hit, every rejection, and forged it into the armor of the most powerful man on daytime television. The sword necklace he wears as Dollar Bill is not just a prop. It is a symbol of a warrior who fought his way from the bottom to claim the absolute top of the mountain. What shocking twist will Dollar Bill unleash next? Share your boldest theories in the comments below, smash that subscribe button, and join us for the next explosive breakdown.